A recount in Wisconsin's largest county demanded by the Trump campaign ended Friday with Democratic President-elect Joe Biden gaining votes. After the recount in Milwaukee County, Biden had a net gain of 132 votes out of nearly 460,000 cast. Overall, Biden gained 257 votes to Trump's 125. President Donald Trump's campaign had demanded recounts in two of Wisconsin's most populous and Democratic-leaning counties after losing Wisconsin to Biden by over 20,000 votes. The two recounts will cost the Trump campaign $3 million. Overall, Biden won the November 3rd presidential election with 306 Electoral College votes, many more than the 270 needed for victory. Biden also leads by more than 6 million in the popular vote. The Trump campaign is still expected to mount a legal challenge to the overall result in Wisconsin, but time is running out. The state is due to certify its presidential result on Tuesday.
A car bombing in Afghanistan's central province of Ghazni killed at least 30 Afghan security force members on Sunday, officials said. The director of the provincial hospital said 30 bodies and 24 injured people had been transported there, adding that all of the victims were security personnel. The blast targeted a compound of the Public Protection Force, a wing of the Afghan security forces, local officials said. It damaged civilian residences around the compound. Interior Ministry spokesman Tariq Aryan confirmed that there had been a car bomb blast, but didn't provide further information on the target or possible casualties. No one has claimed responsibility for the attack. Afghanistan has seen a spate of car bombings over the last few months, despite talks being underway to negotiate peace with the Taliban.
Iran held a ceremony to mourn prominent nuclear scientist Mohsen Fakhrizadeh on Sunday, days after his killing, which Tehran blames on Israel. Fakhrizadeh, long suspected by Western and Israeli governments of masterminding a secret nuclear weapons program, was ambushed on a highway near Tehran on Friday and gunned down in his car. Kamal Harazi, a top advisor to Iran's supreme leader, said in a statement on Sunday that those responsible would receive a calculated and decisive answer, while one hardline Iranian newspaper called for an attack on the port city Haifa if an Israeli role is proven. Iran has in the past accused Israel of killing several nuclear scientists since 2010. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office has declined to comment. But Iran's rulers are aware of the daunting military and political difficulties in attacking Israel, not least that it would complicate the easing of hostilities with the United States. Iran has gradually been breaching a 2015 nuclear deal with major world powers since President Donald Trump withdrew the US. President-elect Joe Biden has promised to return the US to the deal if Iran resumes compliance. Argentine justice officials are investigating the death of soccer star Diego Maradona and have ordered a search of his personal doctor's properties, a local prosecutor's office said on Sunday. Maradona died from a heart attack on Wednesday, aged 60, prompting a global outpouring of emotional tributes. The search was requested by prosecutors in the affluent Buenos Aires suburb San Isidro and was signed by a local judge, according to a statement from the prosecutor's office. It said that by virtue of evidence that had been collected, it was considered necessary to request searches at the home and office of Maradona's personal physician, Leopoldo Luque. The prosecutor's office provided no information on what prompted the investigation. Maradona's lawyer, Matias Moria, on Thursday said he would ask for a full investigation of the circumstances of the soccer legend's death, criticizing what he said was a slow response by emergency services. Ethiopia's government launched a manhunt on Sunday for leaders of a rebellious faction in Tigray, after announcing that federal forces had taken control of the northern region's capital and that the conflict was over. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed said an offensive on Mekelle had been successful within a few hours of being launched, and that federal police were now pursuing criminals from the powerful Tigrayan People's Liberation Front. But TPLF leader Debretsion Gebremichael says his troops will fight on, because this was an issue of, quote, our right to self-determination. Regional diplomats and experts have warned that a rapid military victory might not signal the end of the conflict, and the TPLF has a long history of guerrilla resistance. Thousands are estimated to have died since fighting erupted on November the 4th, and nearly 44,000 have fled to Sudan. In a border camp on Saturday, the UN's High Commissioner for Refugees, Filippo Grandi, said that while refugees are uncomfortable with living in exile, their biggest fear is intercommunal violence when they return.
This is why I think that going forward it will be important for the government of Ethiopia to re-establish peace, to have a silence of the guns, but also to ensure that there are no retaliation or reprisals between communities, because this is what many have mentioned to me as a primary source of fear.
6 explosions were reported in Asmara, the capital of neighbouring Eritrea, on Saturday night, according to the US State Department. It was not immediately clear if they were related to the Tigray conflict, but Tigrayan forces have previously fired rockets into Eritrea, who they accuse of sending troops in support of the Ethiopian military.
Upholding the rule of law.
The conflict has been a major test for Abiy, who took office 2 years ago and is trying to hold together a patchwork of ethnic groups that make up Ethiopia's 115 million people.
He was the man behind the mask. Actor David Prowse, who played Darth Vader in the original Star Wars trilogy, has died aged 85. His agent confirmed on Sunday that he passed away after a short illness. A weightlifter turned actor, Prowse was best known for his role as Luke Skywalker's father, who wore the iconic black suit in the original trilogy from 1977 to 1983. Speaking in 2015, Prowse said he'd have loved to have been involved in Disney's reboot of the films.
So it's going to continue the Star Wars saga for quite a few years to come. Unfortunately, as I said, I was only in 4, 5, and 6. I wish I very much like to have been in 7, 8, 9 as well, but it wasn't to be.
The Brit's accent wasn't considered suitable for the role, and his lines were voiced by James Earl Jones. Prowse was also famous in the UK as the Green Cross Code Man, appearing in adverts to alert children of the dangers in crossing the road.
A stylish biker dog turns heads in the Philippines. Pakistan's lonely elephant sets off on a new adventure. And a pianist performs a soothing concert exclusively for monkeys. In a week of news, some great stuff happened. Here it is, if you missed it. Meet Bogey, the motorcycle dog who likes to cruise around town with his owner. His outfit topped off with a trendy pair of sunglasses and a custom biker jacket.
Blessing din sa akin si Bogey sa shop ko, gawa naging popular siya. Pag nakita yung aso ko, kahit paano nakakakuha kami ng customer. Madaling salita yung lucky charm ko si Bogey. Maituturing ko si Bogey isang anak. Kasi halos bahagi na ng buhay ko si Bogey sa loob ng 11 taon. Siguro mahirap namang isipin kung mawawala siya.
A British pianist performed for wild monkeys, who tugged his hair, stole his music, and climbed all over his piano as he played.
I like to play piano for animals that have had stressful lives, and it's possible that music can play a part in the rehabilitation process, especially elephants that have had working elephants. And I was wondering whether some of the monkeys that lived in Lopburi would also appreciate listening to soothing, calm, classical music in the way that elephants have done in the past.
Bottle tops and orange peel were turned into art by 30-year-old artist and environmental activist Kim Kang-yun.
쓰레기로부터 인간의 흔적으로부터 고통받고 있는 자연과 동물의 모습을 이렇게 형상해 봤어요. 그래서 쓰레기 공격을 받고 있고 고양이가 이렇게 눈물을 흘리는 모습을 쓰레기 정크 아트로 만들어 보았고요.
German care home residents got a helping hand from a robot called Pepper.
Wir haben 2018 uns entschieden, mit Robotern, mit dem Pepper mal anzufangen, einfach die Pflegekräfte zu entlasten, nicht zu ersetzen. Das ist ein ganz wichtiger Punkt für uns.
Alles okay, du hast kein Fieber.
And finally, after years of campaigning by animal rights advocates, Carvin the lonely elephant enjoyed a farewell party before he set off for a new life at a Cambodian sanctuary.
This started in Pakistan and went worldwide. We also want to thank the Pakistani lawyers that helped get a historic landmark judgment giving the elephants the rights to freedom. And that is truly an incredible thing.